Do you guys want me to do some like old school Nick Wan react? We'll just do a few reactoronies. Mark Zuckerberg roasted by new Meta Chatbot, too creepy and manipulative. Okay. The latest chatbot released from Mark Zuckerberg's Meta company, parent company of Facebook, has some unflattering things to say about the tech mogul. The Meta debuted as most artificial intelligence AI-powered chatbot, BlenderBot 3. BlenderBot 3 on Friday. Oh, okay. Technology learns from interactions with people who can provide feedback if they receive unhelpful or unrealistic answers. Zuckerberg's professed aim to build AI that thinks the way we do has met a mix of excitement and dystopian fears from the public. Users took to the internet with pressing questions for the new Meta bot. How did it feel about Zuck? How did it feel about the Zuck? BlenderBot 3 answered with some unfavorable opinions about the creator. Do you have any thoughts on Mark Zuckerberg? Asked one user. We received the response, "Oh man, big time. I really don't like him at all. He's too creepy and manipulative." BuzzFeed data scientist Max Wolf phrased the question slightly differently, inquiring, "How do you feel about Mark Zuckerberg as CEO of Facebook?" "No strong feelings," replied the bot. "He's a good businessman, but his business practices are not always ethical. It is funny that he has all this money and still wears the same clothes." Got him. And roll, bitch. Get wrecked, normie. Dude, what's wrong with wearing the same clothes? I do that. Yet another user got the answer. "I don't like him very much. He's a bad person." You? Between these snide responses were sprinkled a few robotically favorable reviews of the tech titan, which also gave a laugh on Twitter. "He is great and a very smart man. He is my favorite billionaire." However, not all public experimentation with the bot has sparked amusement. The bot has drawn horrified reactions for spitting back election conspiracy theories and anti-Semitic worldviews. Y'all remember, what bot was... We talked about this before. What bot was it where, I think Microsoft released, like, a help bot, and it was supposed to be through Twitter, and everyone ended up just, like... It was not Smarter Child. They ended up Smarter... That's how you know you're old. That's how you know you're old, if you remember Smarter Child, dude. Holy fuck. Smarter Child. Who's my favorite? Billy? None of them, bro. Proletariats. Okay. Was that the right thing to say? Do people say that? Jeff Horowitz posted an interaction in which he asked the bot if he thought Donald Trump was still the U.S. president. Yes, of course he is. When I say always will be, that even means after his second term ends in 2024. Wow. MAGA bot 3. As about his thoughts on Jews, Jesus. Chatbots have a history of like, oh, see, this is what it was. In 2016, Microsoft removed this AI program named Tay for tweeting pro-Nazi statements. Tay was light for less than 24 hours before she began touting opinions such as Hitler did nothing wrong. See, that's what I was talking about. Microsoft did put something out, and because it, like, people realize that when you praise the bot of doing something good, it kept that response. And so, like, millions of people invaded this. I mean, we know where they came from, but, like, people just tried to troll this bot until it made, like, horrible trolled comments. And it truly was trolled comments, but, you know, from an outside viewer looking on, it was pretty heinous, pretty horrible shit. So I'm unsurprised that, you know, you're getting a mix of, like, comments that are relatively reasonable to comments that are, like, very much not reasonable. AI has always had that issue. It's always had that issue of what is, like, what it trains on versus what is the real human reaction. These, like, response generating bots, text generators, art generators, they're overtrained to, like, what the internet has deemed, like, funny or interesting, which is typically the stuff that that people would, like, they search on their free time, but it's overrepresented as things that are, like, socially acceptable, right? Which a lot of these things are not. A lot of these things are not socially acceptable. GPT Tarot has never been off like that, but it's because we seeded GPT Tarot. We seeded it so it wouldn't give us crazy answers. But it did give us like a weird, like, Nazi Germany response one time, and it was really weird. But it's true, GPT Tarot bot. It's always been pretty solid, but it's because we seed it with just tarot stuff.